is up, you fucking savage? How you doing today? I'm doing great. Had a kind of stressful week, but it's all good. We're still getting after it. So, little news. I got a sponsored and I got a new drone. Ain't nothing wrong with my old drone, but this new one has a bunch of features. And I'm here at Fairmount Park today. A bunch of people, a bunch of families out. I'm gonna try to get some footage for you guys. They have by the playground where they're selling a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure they got a bunch of food. It's like very family oriented. I'm really enjoying the vibe. It's spring. Spring just started, so you know how it is. It's not hot, not cold, perfect time of the year. But yeah, like I said, I got that new drone. It's crazy, man. I was doing some of the research. It's a bunch of new features where it tracks you where you're running, when you're riding the bike, whatever you're doing. It's going to be tracking you, so I no longer need somebody to record me. I'm be able to record myself, get you guys some nice footage, and be able to bring you guys along for the journey even more. And I'm still doing my challenge, reading the books. I'm almost done with the Reaper. It's going really well though. I did take this weekend off from running. You know, my ankle, I feel like I pushed it too much. On Monday I ran 4 miles and it was a little much, but I was able to run 3 Friday and it felt okay, but I just didn't want to push it. I feel like, you know, a hard part for me is learning to rest and recover. But yeah, guys, another what we're going to talk about today. I showed up to the park not knowing what to talk about, and it was kind of tough because I had a couple ideas, but I didn't know what. But I knew, obviously, consistency. I am not going to miss the fucking video. Give a fuck what I got to do, what I got to talk about if I'm by myself. What's up, man? How you guys doing? How you doing? You guys got the ideas going? That's right. Some savages right here about to start a podcast too. That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, have a good one. Yeah, man. It's funny because I didn't know what to talk about. And these guys, there's a bunch of people here at the park, right? People looking at me carrying shit, my drone bag, the gimbal, a bunch of stuff. And they're right there just talking to 2 buddies. And I overhear them saying, hey man, I want to start something, something positive. I'm done with the shit. I'm done with the gangbanging. I'm done with the bullshit. And I want to start something like positivity. And I heard it, and I'm not one to go and say something to a stranger. I try to get out of my comfort zone, but it's not as easy as you guys think. But you know what? I was like, fuck it. This is in my fucking realm right here, man. You're preaching to the fucking, what do they say? You're preaching to the choir. So I had to turn around and I had to tell homie, his name's David, by the way. Hopefully we see more of him. Hopefully he starts that podcast, does some type of content, and spreads the positivity, man, because the world needs more positivity. And he already has that itch, that bug. So I had to tell him, hey, just fucking go for it, bro. Just go for it. You have the right mindset. The future is technology. The future is social media. I was telling him how me and myself, I never had social media. Well, I had it before the podcast, before the Savage Over Average, the average version of me. I did not have any social media. I was totally against it. I feel like it made you dumber. I didn't see the positives. I only seen the negatives. My perception of it was not full, right? It was partial. And once I seen that, you gotta be adaptive to things. You gotta be open to change, and you gotta go with the flow of the world, wherever the fuck it's going. The world may be going to shit, but there's always some positive in the world. And there's a lot of positivity online. I just wasn't looking at it. I was just in my own little bubble. Anyways, I was telling the homie, like, bro, that's the future. Do it right now. It don't cost you nothing. I'm recording this with my phone. Like, ain't no reason why you shouldn't do it. Kind of hyped him up a little bit. I hope I helped hype him up. You know what I mean? I told him if he starts a channel, let me know. I'll go fucking hop on it. And he asked me mine, Savage Over Average. He said he was going to go subscribe. David, hope you fucking subscribe, man. And whenever he's ready, if he wants to, at one point, hop on my podcast, share his story. He said maybe another time. He was a little busy, which is fine. And I'm looking forward to him messaging me and saying he's starting a podcast. That's fucking dope, man. That's what it's all about. Surrounding yourself with like-minded fucking people. He already had like the right idea. And it was crazy. It's just crazy how I overheard him. And I told him, like, you know what? I don't mean to overstep or nothing, but I heard you say, just fucking do it. Sometimes in life, we have the idea and we just need somebody to tell us to fucking do it. Maybe it's a stranger, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's somebody in your family. Maybe it can't be your family. Maybe it can't be anybody you know. Maybe it has to be a fucking stranger, you know, to tell you, just fucking do it, bro. I was telling him a little about the struggles about Savage Over Average, which, if you guys been following it, for the friends and family I've been following since day one, you guys know the fucking struggle, man. I told him how I had to get a computer. I didn't know how to edit. And I run, the lighting's bad on some of them. The audio's bad on a lot of podcasts. There's been a lot of errors. I've actually recorded podcasts with my mom, with Lupe. And for whatever reason, the mics are not working. I didn't hook something up right. Or I didn't check the memory, so it was full because I'm recording on the phone. And that podcast never got aired. Great content. Some of our best ones, it just never got aired because of error. Of a user error. But the mindset I had was always like, you know what? Well, that's a rep. That's a repetition to get us to where we want to be. Just like we're working out in the gym, you got to do reps to get that muscle. It's the same with success. You have to go through those trials and tribulations, you know? Sometimes you got to deal with the mess in order to have a fucking message. That's how I seen it. And it helped me set up a mental checklist in my mind where, okay, let me make sure I have enough memory. Okay, let me make sure, as dumb as it seems, let me make sure I hit record. Okay, this angle, let me make sure this angle is right. You know, the sun, let me make sure the sun's not in the view of the camera. Let me make sure you guys try to get the best view. It was just a bunch of it's a mental checklist, so now it's like second nature. But I had to go through all those mess ups. I had to go through all those mistakes. I had to use all that, not time wasted, but I had to learn those lessons the hard way, you know? So I told the homie David, I said, man, if you need any help, let me know too. It's a grind, but it's great. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from you guys, and I want to appreciate you guys for supporting, liking, all that stuff, man. And I know it's hard. I know some of the videos are long. Some of you guys just watch the short content, but still, just for subscribing, for shooting a message, for when I see you in person, you tell me like, hey, I seen what you're doing, man. I appreciate it. That's fucking dope. That keeps me going. So another thing, you know, it's funny because when I'm working out and I'm running on the trail, I see all kinds of people on the trail, family people walking by themselves, runners, homeless, older people, athletes. I see a whole demographic of different people on the trail, right? From the one by my house. But the thing is, the people who motivate me the most, everybody kind of somewhat motivates me, even the athletes, the people running hard, running fast. Like, man, I want to get to that level. But I'm not going to lie to you, it's a little intimidating. But you know who motivates me more? Is the older people. The people who have every excuse in the book not to get up, grab their walker, grab their cane, put on their running shoes and walk. Just walk. Just go outside, get some fresh air. The whole body hurts. They're 50, 60, 70 years old. And I don't blame them. Their body's probably all messed up. They don't feel good. Whatever the reason, it's too cold. There's some people out there, it's freezing cold. They'll put on their jacket, get their little dog, get their cane, and start walking. Man, that's so motivating when I look at it, because I've seen people, family members, friends, I've seen people who are 50, 60, and they're just already giving up on life. They're already making excuses why they can't do something. And that's just contagious. I don't want to be like that in my 50s and 60s. I want to be somebody who's doing the most I can. And part of why I do what I do, running, trying to eat right, trying to work out, is to set myself up for that. I don't want to look back and have that regret. I wish I would have took care of myself better. I wish I would have been more active. I want to do it right now. The time to do something is now. Actually, you know what? The time to do something is yesterday. You know, you're already late. You got to look at it like you're already late. You know. Um, Another thing that happened today that I want to share with you guys about is my little cousin. She lives across the street. She's like 12 years old. She lives across the street from me. She comes, knocks on my door. Hey, what's up? She's like, hey, Robert, how you doing? She's like, you want to buy some chips? She has a bag, big old box she bought from Costco. She's like, big old bag. She's like, it's a good price. It was $1 a bag, which I'm not going to lie to you, it is a good price. And I really don't want to eat the chips, you know? I'm not, I know it's junk food. I know it's crap. But the grind, the mentality, entrepreneurship at its fucking finest. She was like, hey, you want to buy? I was like, what are you selling them for? She's like, oh, just because we need some money and I'm bored. I'm all fucking for it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be a cause. It doesn't have to be because you want to raise money for school or to go on a field trip. Like, she's just doing it because I respect that. That shit motivated me. And it reminded me back when I was a kid, when me and my sister in front of my grandma's house, we used to have a little lemonade stand. We had lemons in the backyard, so we used to squeeze a shitload of lemons, throw some sugar in it. I know it's not healthy, but back then times were different. Throw some sugar in it and make lemonade. Put a little sign out there, just like she did, a little shitty ass sign. You could hardly read it. We didn't have no markers. All we had was like a pencil. And post up in the front yard trying to sell lemonade for like 50 cents. I think we only sold like once or twice. Somebody bought lemonade, and it might have been the neighbor that already knew us. It wasn't a busy street, by the way. But it just took me back, and it makes me think, like, how many kids have these dreams, these goals, these ambitions, this hustle, and us as adults, not just the parents, adults too. We don't feed that. We don't feed that dream. We don't feed that ambition. We don't feed that energy that they have. You know, just like the homie David that had that idea. I felt like it was like my obligation to let him know, like, hey man, because I've been doing it for a little over a year. Hey man, just do it. Just go for it. You know, just take the action, take the leap, fucking do it. And just like my little cousin, I'm trying to feed her with like, hey, that's right. Keep going, do this, sell that. Go. What are you telling the neighbors? Go to the neighbor's house and go ask them. Say if they want to buy. She's like, yeah, they were giving me attitude. I was like, hey, that's gonna happen. If they don't want to, don't bug them. Don't be rude. Just say, all right, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great day. You know? And it teaches her how to get out her comfort zone. So that way she's not dealing with no social awkwardness, social anxiety. She's learning communication skills at a very young age. And like the movie Baby Boy? If all you guys leave a little comment if you've seen the movie Baby Boy. It's an old school one. But he says, the world is built on transactions. People are either buying shit or selling stuff. And you think about it, it's true. Even if you have a 9 to 5, that company is providing some type of service. They're either selling a product, selling a service, they're selling something. You look at yourself. How often on the weekend you're buying stuff? You go to the market, you buy food, you buy gas. You're buying insurance, which is a service. You're buying internet, right? We're all producers, and not everybody's a consumer, but we got to learn how to become a consumer. And I feel like at a young age, it's not taught to us as it should be. But like my little cousin, I hope she sticks with it and she keeps doing it. You know, hype her up, tell her what a great job she's doing, and next time I see her, I'm going to ask her as well, too. Hey, are you still selling chips? Why don't you sell cookies? Why don't you sell protein bars? Why don't you sell protein shakes? Why don't you do a bake sale? Whatever it is, like at a young age, I think it's important to teach the youth about entrepreneurship. I don't even know how to say it. Entrepreneurship. How to teach them how to be their own boss. You know? That's the future right there. There's a lot of people they are their own boss. That's great. That's awesome. But I just want to share that with you guys, how dope that is, like. And I feel like most people out there, they could relate because they've had a lemonade stand, they've bought candy, a big bag of candy in school and sold it, made a bunch of money, and they just don't stick with it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because people stop buying it, or because they get lazy, or because they reach their goal. If they wanted to make X amount of money, once they make it, they don't do it anymore. But consistency and discipline will take you places that you never thought you could go. Yeah, bro, consistency and discipline. Sorry about that. The ice cream man was fucking that up, so I had to cut it out. Consistency and discipline will take you places that talent can't take you. I guarantee you. But even any opportunity you have, it doesn't matter if you're not consistent and disciplined with it. Everybody got the tunes going on, so I kind of had to cut that little part out as well. But yeah, also you got to learn to be innovative or adaptive, right? Like going back to what I was saying in the beginning, you got to go with the times, whatever the times are. And it's a struggle. It's crazy. With the podcast, if you see the first one, we've actually, it was actually inside. It was inside with mics and lights, camera, action, right? Tripod. It had a whole setup. However, we don't have AC in the house. With those lights on during the summertime, it was getting hot as hell. It's too hot in there for us to be recording podcasts. We'd be sweating. So I could have called it quits. I could have said, you know what, we'll wait till summer's over. Or I could have went and paid to be in an actual studio, but I don't have the finances to do that. You know, for you guys that don't know, this podcast, I'm not making no money doing this. I just want to help people. For the most part, I want to help people get the message out and make this content. Because it's like every video, every piece of content that I've made is like a piece of me going into it. A piece of what I believe in. And one day, I'm not going to be on this earth anymore. And when I'm not, this channel, these videos, it's going to be a part of me that my family can sit back, watch, remember how I was, the mindset I had, you know. My people, the kids around, my little cousins that they don't really know me so well. If something were to happen where I'm not here, they could look back and it's like a story. It's like a person. It's a picture better painted than somebody saying what type of individual I was. They could go see these videos for themselves and know the struggle, know the mindset, know what I wanted, know just about me, right? That's why I think it's important for everybody, every single person out there, to go and try to do content. I think it's a big fear everybody has to talk in public, to record in public. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. A bunch of excuses. But you should just do it. This is the future. And Lupe is the one. It's funny. Lupe, got to give him props. He's the one that told me way back in the days, like, dude, I know you don't like social media, but you got to get with the program. Like, it ain't going to go nowhere. It's everywhere. And I would debate him about it. I'm different. I don't like it. It's distracting, whatever. But nah, man. I got to swallow my pride and say, you know what? You're right, dude. Social media is the future. And it ain't going nowhere. And it's definitely a way for everybody to connect. Everybody, you're already most likely using it. Why not be a producer of content instead of just a consumer? And a lot of people, they have a lot of talents. They have a lot of side businesses, side hustles. They don't even have a Instagram for their brand, right? There's a lot of, what is the word I'm thinking of? Potential. There we go. There's a lot of potential you see out there. Great speakers, great people who edit videos real great. A lot of young people with the technology. Oh my God. I can't compete with them, man. They edit videos fast. They do crazy edits. They know about all the new technology. They know about the new apps. Young people are like definitely advanced when it comes to stuff like that. But what I do got over the young people is I'm born in the 90s, early 90s. I got that dog. You know, I got that savage where I ain't gonna fucking give up no matter what. I don't give a fuck if it's rainy. I don't give a fuck if my phone breaks, I'll get a new one. I don't care if my channel gets banned, I'll fucking make a new one. I'll go to a new app. What's up, man? Look at that fool right there putting in work. Let me see. There you go. Sat the truck man right there. Over here. Salute that dude, because without him, he just said what's up. But without that dude, we'd all have our trash laying in front of our house. So appreciate that guy. But yeah, that's what people in their mid to late 20s, 30s, mid 30s have. Actually, anybody above fucking 25 is that you have a different mindset compared to these younger people. They might have the skills, they might have the skills. They just know a lot more. They're more savvy, technology savvy. However, they don't know how to communicate. Not all of them anyways. It's not as natural to them. They don't know how to communicate. And they're just a little soft, man. Everybody in this world is a little fucking soft. Everybody's a little cupcake. So if you're a little bit older, you come from a different world, different generation, you got that dog, you gotta roll with the punches, and you could basically outwill them, you know, because you might have the fancy equipment, you might have the fancy camera, you might know how to work the algorithm where you get more videos, you might be able to have a network, different people where you guys have bigger names on your podcast, on your videos, but the consistency. What is the point of you having? Oh my bad. Where are we at? What is the point of you having all the skills, all the technology? If you have everything, the best computer, the best titles, the best descriptions, there's no point of you having all that if you ain't consistent. You can make the best fucking video in the world, the best content in the world, but if you only release it once a year or whenever you feel like it, not too many people are going to see it. It's not, you know what I mean? They're going to forget about you real quick. Not only that, but any skill, I don't care what it is, any skill you have has to be sharpened, has to be honed first, right? Because nobody's is born with the best, born the top dog of their skill. They got to still hone it. You still got to master your skill, no matter what it is. Once you do, you got to sharpen it, whether it's daily, weekly, no matter what it is. If even a Navy SEAL, if a Navy SEAL, they don't shoot a gun for 5-10 years, you think they're going to be the same? Be better than you for sure, but they're not going to be as good as their buddies who have been on missions, haven't stopped for a while. And it's like a runner, just like a runner. Anything in life, you got to stay consistent with it to be able to maintain that level of expertise. So I know I've been ranting a bit, but that's where my mindset's at, man. My mindset is all over the place sometimes. But like I was saying, you ain't gonna outwork me. I don't care how good your videos are. I don't care how many subscribers you have. I don't care how good your edits are, your transitions, how good your mics are, where you're recording at. I really don't give a fuck. Consistency, I'm telling you, consistency. It's like with your diet. You could eat good for a whole month, 6 months. But after that 6 months, you just fall off, you eat like shit. It's not gonna, that weight's gonna come back on real quick, man. I'll tell you from experience, you know? And with the diet, you gotta be consistent. You can't fake that shit. Consistency, it's the name of the game. So that's why with these videos, I want to be consistent with it, you know? And it's hard. You know, it's scary. I'm going to tell you guys it's the honest truth. It's scary talking about myself. And I was worried about it in the beginning. But I know that this life and journey, this walk, at the end of the day, it's alone. Yeah, we have people that help us. We have people that pick us up. We have people that get in the way, that leave us when they say they're going to be by our side. Or some people just make it hard for you, right? But at the end of the day, this journey that you're walking is ultimately it's alone. You have partners, but there's some journeys that there's some pieces, ain't nobody around. You might look around, ain't nobody else. You got to do it for you. Nobody's gonna hold you accountable. Nobody's gonna make sure that you're not eating the crap food. Nobody's gonna make sure that you're waking up to go to the gym. Nobody's gonna make sure that you're paying your bills on time, right? So my point is, with this podcast, when we started, it was a group podcast. Even if it was me and my mom, me and Lupe, or all three of us, and they have lives, right? They got lives. As you guys know, Lupe, he just had a baby. She's about to be 1 year old. But he just had a baby, so he's super busy. There's times where the schedules don't line up. He can't meet up, and he has a side business as well. So there's times that he can't make it. My mom, she had her doctor's appointments. She had days she wasn't feeling good, but she fucking stayed consistent, really consistent actually. And I appreciate her. She stayed more consistent than, honestly, I thought she would, but salute to her, man. Up until her foot surgery, and that's out of her control. But there's times where we couldn't all make it, and it was just me. And I told myself, I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how many retakes I got to do. I don't care how awkward the conversation is. I don't care how short this video is. It might just be 5 fucking minutes. But I am gonna upload a video podcast on Monday to the podcast channel. I don't care. I don't care what I'm talking about. Even if it's by myself, 10 minutes. I mean, 5 minutes, because we've done some that are 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I don't care if it's just 5 minutes. Point is, a video is gonna get fucking uploaded, and that's the mindset you gotta have with everything. It's gonna get done. Care what? Unless I'm in a hospital bed and I can't edit, because even if I'm in a hospital bed, somebody's gonna set this camera up for me, and I'm gonna talk about something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be savage till the day I die. That's just the bottom line. And a lot of things can get taken from you, but that savage mindset, man, that shit ain't gonna get taken from me. I might have problems, or I might have difficulties at times, but that shit's here to stay. And but yeah, that's one of the difficulties I had, was talking by myself, being by myself, doing the podcast by myself. It's just it's a different experience. It's a lot more challenging. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's harder to have a conversation with you guys through the camera than to me have a conversation across from somebody and having you guys watch. But this is my 3rd podcast by myself, guys. And I honestly, I feel like I have a lot of work to do. But I am giving myself a little pat on the back. I am proud of myself that I'm still continuing. I'm still continuing to do it, because that was one thing where I didn't know if I could keep doing it. I didn't know if I'd be able to record a video by myself. There's only one way I was gonna know for sure, and that was to try it. And it didn't work the first time, and I tried it again, and it didn't work that time, and I tried it again and again and again until it worked, bro. And I'm still fucking up. I'm still having times where I'm like, what did I say? But that's part of the fucking process. That's real life, man. Not everything's fucking perfect. Not everything's sunshine and rainbows. Like, that's the problem with a lot of content and a lot of image that people have. The image that they have of reality. They think everything's perfect. They think everything's all sunshine and rainbows, and it's fucking not. They don't think people fuck up. Everybody fuck up. Everybody fucks up, man. And the fucked up thing is, you're gonna have more fuck ups than successes sometimes. You know what I mean? Anytime you're out of your comfort zone trying something new, I promise you might have more fuck ups than successes. But guys, look at this real quick. So guys, they're having some type of, it looks like an event, but I don't know if it's an event or it's just a regular weekend out here for the people in Fairmount Park. But it looks really, really active, really family oriented. They got some juices over there. I don't know, it just looks like a good place to be. Check that out. So I'll probably go over there later. Go walk, go check it out, see what it's all about. But yeah, guys, Fairmount Park rant. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm gonna try to get some aerial. Oh shit, my shit just died. I'm gonna try to get some aerial footage for you guys, so you guys could check out the parks with my new drone, see how it looks. Like I said, my gimbal just died, so this is freehand. Rolling with the fucking punches, man. This is the Savage Over Average podcast. I wouldn't have it no other fucking way, man. Bring on the fucking challenges, cause it's only gonna make me better, and it's just proving that how bad I want this shit. But I'm gonna get some aerial footage of around the lake. Hopefully I don't crash my drone, because this one has a lot more power. It has some obstacle avoidance sensors, has a bunch of presets. It's crazy. I gotta learn all about it. But I'm gonna try to get some footage for you guys about around the lake, and hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And there's like a island of palm trees here. I'm gonna go get that, put that in there. But yeah, I'll put some music at the end, get some shots. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a fucking great one, guys. Stay fucking savage, man. Peace.